Hey guys, I just want to give you a little bit of help with setting up your brochure. So I put this little link to templates and it's in the D2L page under week 14 Thursday. If you go to the link, it will bring you up to this website and that provides you with a lot of templates. So I'll show you how to set those up. I'll pretty much go through the trifold brochure template for 8.5 by 11 because a lot of people were asking that, and maybe I'll go over another one too. Maybe this Z fold so we can see how to set up multiple documents. So what I'm going to do is I'll download this, I'll click on it and download it, and I actually already downloaded this, but just to show you. Then I'll open the folder and then I will drag and save these on my desktop. Now I already did that, but here I'll do it again. So replace. Okay. Then we'll go into InDesign and we'll set up our document. So we chose the trifold brochure with 8.5 by 11. So we'll go to File, New Document. We'll set up with no facing pages. There's 2 pages. Orientation is horizontal, and we can adjust them. We will go in and adjust the margins and columns later. And then the bleed is 0.125 inches, and you'll see that that's how they have their document set up as well. Let me bring this screen in. Okay, so here we have our document. Now I'm going to go to Command D or File Place, and I'll select both of these so they're loaded, and I can just go up into the corner where the bleed starts and click, and it will drag this template out. And I can click again and it will lay out the template here. You could leave these here and then just put them on a lower level, or I'm sorry, a lower layer, and lock them and hide them when you're not using it. So you would maybe want to do something like this. And just drag my layers panel over here. So here you have, you could lock it and hide it. And then when you want to reference it, you can show it, but you can't touch it at all. And then whenever you want to design, you can put a new layer and then kind of hide it. But what I would do is just delete this. What I would do is just drag out some guidelines here. So I'm going to just drag my line out to here, drag a guideline out to here so that you have these fold lines measured out. And then what we'll do is we'll go to Layout, Margins, and Columns, and you'll see, if you see this pink line is just kind of recessing back here until it meets to the margin line that they have set up on this template. And then click OK, and we'll do the same thing on the other one. So we'll go to Layout, Margins, and Columns, and then there we go. And then again, we'll drag out these guidelines for the folds. And then you can see they have their bleed set up. This is a 1/4 inch bleed. We set that up in the beginning. The trim line is here. This is where our crop marks will go. And this is where you will cut along the edge of, so that's going to be where your design sort of ends. Obviously, you want to make it extend to the bleed. And then we have the safe zone, which is our margin, so you don't want to put any text after that. And once you have everything set up, you could just delete the template, and you have your guidelines here. It might be a little hard to see. Mine are really light, but they're right there. You can see them. And then we have the margin and the bleed line. So that's all set up and ready to go. And then you can label them. I'm actually going to put the template back up here. So we have the front cover. So then this would be the back center cover, and then this would be the left back cover that kind of folds inside. And then here we have the inside. So this is the inside, center, and right panels. So maybe at the top you might want to label them here so you don't forget as you're designing. That could be a good idea. One thing to note is that we have the bleed line extending past our document size. Our document size is 8.5 by 11. So when we print this, we're going to need to print it on a larger size paper than 8.5 by 11, probably 11 by 17, just so that we can account for the bleed. We want the bleed to be printed so that we can, cut along this edge. But if we print it on 8.5 by 11 paper, the bleed will not show up. And in fact, there will be, typically when you print on 8.5 by 11, any printer will put a little bit of a white border. The printer doesn't print to completely the edge of the paper. There's a little white outline on the edge usually. So you'll need to print on a larger size paper because of that also. Okay, so now let's take a look at another template. Maybe we'll download the 4-panel brochure. Or let's do the open gatefold brochure. On 8.5 by 11. Keep in mind that this is going to have if you can see how this is folded. This is actually really nice. It gives you like this visual of how this is folded. So you fold it in half like that. You fold each corner in, or I mean, sorry, each panel, the 2 panels in to meet in the middle here. And then once you're done with that, you fold it in half. Okay. So maybe we'll do 8.5 by 14. 8.5 by 11 will give us some small panels. We'll just do a different page size, something that's a little different than normal. So we downloaded our templates. We'll put them on the desktop, and then we'll go into InDesign, and it was 8.5 by 14. So we'll go File, New Document, 8.5 by 14, and I think that's legal. Yep. No facing pages. We want 2. We want the orientation. Boop. And 0.125 all around, and click OK. So now we'll zoom out, and you can see that this page is definitely wider, but that will help because it will allow us to make the panels a little bit wider as well. So then we'll go in and Command D or File Place, and we will go and select both of our templates. And again, go to the corner, click and place, and click and place. And here are our dimensions. This is so nice to have. Again, you can draw out your guidelines. And then we will adjust the margins here. I think they kind of set it up the same. It's 0.125. It seems like they're setting them up at 0.125 on most of the brochure templates. I'm sorry, let's see. I wasn't clicked on this page. There we go. 0.125. Okay, and then drawing out the guides. Okay, and then also again, think about what size paper are you going to need to print this on. This is 8.5 by 14, so you'll definitely probably have to print it out on 8.5 by, or I'm sorry, 11 by 17 paper probably, or any the small size paper that still allows for you to print this bleed area. You want all of this to print, and then you can just you know that these are your inside panels, but then maybe it would help to label this stuff. So this is your front cover, so you can maybe put a label here where it says front cover. And then back cover. So let's think about what happens when we fold this up. We'll look at that demonstration again. So we are looking at here, let's see, this is the inside, and then these panels will be here. This is what's coming in, and then we're folding it in half. So you want to think about that as you're designing. This is your whole inside. You're going to fold these 2 panels inward, and then essentially I would think if you're folding these in, boop, boop, and then you're folding it again in half, that maybe half of this would sort of be showing. unless you're displaying it and laying it out on the table with these two panels closed. It just depends on how you're folding it in the end, and presenting it. So I'm not going to save these, but let's go back to this. So this is really a handy website if you're trying to set up dimensions, because it gives you the templates for it. You just download them and then you can place them right over your file and adjust the settings. So hopefully that helped. And the link to it is right in week 14 Thursday. I'll probably put it in week 15 as well, and it's right down here, links to templates. And so that's always going to be accessible for you. Alrighty, hope that helped. Have a good one, guys. Bye.